Great move, Thomas Chabot scores!
He bursts over the Panther line, White to the net, shoots, and he scores!
Here's Kachuk, right in, scores! Balzer's a handoff to Balzer's, going to the net, scores!
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I am your host. Before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at SensTalk_ for live updates of all the games and, of course, breaking news. As well, please check out our sponsor, SeatGeek.com, or download the app on the App Store and use our promo code SensTalk. You will save $20 off your first purchase. Now, tonight's game is between the Ottawa Senators and the Washington Capitals, the battle of the capitals of Canada and America. But before we get into that, let's talk about Canada for a second. Canada has won the gold medal. They defeated Russia 4-3 thanks to Akil Thomas. Last 4 minutes, got a game-winning goal. Beautiful goal. Got to watch the highlight. Hell of a game, hell of an effort. Congratulations to those young boys. It's nice to see them finally win. Justin Hoffer, great goaltender prospect for the Blues. He was fantastic in the tournament. Just a huge congratulations to the whole Team Canada. He made the country proud, and we are so very proud to call you Canadian and our own team to finally get back to the top. It's been a few years. I know, that sounds very spoiled. Now let's get into other developments. So firstly, Dylan DeMello returns after a 10-game absence. His uniqueness and defensive abilities were missed in the Senators lineup, and it was very noticeable off the bat today that DeMello, he even saved a goal today, but DeMello was fantastic today. Actually, I should have put him as one of the stars. I did not, unfortunately. Duclair also draws back in after missing a game after blocking a shot. He blocked a shot again in today's game, but he stayed in the game and he was all right, it looked. So in return to that, in retrospect, Golubeuf and Scott Sabrin were out of today's lineup. Now, updates on Ron Hainsey and Nikita Zaitsev. So, Hainsey might be able to play in a few days against Detroit, the next Sens game. Meanwhile, Nikita Zaitsev likely will be out for the rest of the week. Now, before we get to the starting goaltenders, congratulations to Vladislav Namestnikov on 400 on today's game for him. That is his 400th in the National Hockey League, so congratulations to Vladdy. Now, the starting goaltenders for tonight's game was Ilya Samsonov for the Washington Capitals, and for your Senators, it was Senators goaltender Craig Anderson. We go to the first period where Ottawa actually started off really well, and it kind of tailored off after this goal, but a nice play from Balzers intercepting a Capitals pass. He gives it to Anisimov. Namestnikov is charging to the net, and Anisimov lets it rip for his 8th of the year. And I mean, what a beautiful shot over the glove of Samsonov. No chance for him. Anisimov's 8th of the year from Rudolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Balzers, the Senators take the 1-0 lead. But we go to the second period, and this is the team that is the best in the National Hockey League, and they showed it for a reason. 1:19 in. Bang! A puck weirdly bounces to Oshie, who puts home his 7th of the year, past the top of the left pad of Anderson and past the lower part of the glove of Anderson. They tie the game, and then total domination. The Senators get a power play, and the Capitals dominate on that too. They had more offensive possession than Ottawa on their own power play. And then 7 minutes after the Oshie tying goal, Gudas lets one rip from the point for a 2nd of the year from Kuznetsov and Kempny. The Capitals take the lead. It is 2-1. And then, after continuous cycling, is Alexander Ovechkin. After a goal, like I previously stated, DeMello swept the puck off the red line from Ovechkin, robbing him of his second. He said, no, I want my second. He rips one glove side past Anderson, a patented Ovechkin snipe for his 25th of the year from Dmitry Orlov and Tom Wilson. The Caps are going to the third period up 3-1, and they don't stop pressing on the Senators. 41 seconds in, TJ Oshie, it's a 4-1 game, and then 2 minutes later, no chance for Anderson, a tip from Lars Eller, it's 5-1, that's it, he's yanked. DJ Smith has seen enough. 30 shots on net on Anderson, 25 stops, he allowed 5 goals, and you can't fault him for many of them. The Senators had nothing after the first period, and then Hogberg had made some saves in the third period. And this was the first game where Hogberg has seen Alexander Ovechkin's shot, I believe. And he saw it here, a one-timer from the right side in patented location for him. His 26th of the year, second night from John Carlson and Tom Wilson. Your Capitals, or the Capitals, defeat the Ottawa Senators 6-1. The Senators not only lose the game, they also lose a player. Nick Paul got injured in today's game. He did not return after a hit along the boards with Orlov. 200-something pounds of Orlov fell onto Paul, and it did not look good. He was helped off the ice. Hopefully, we will hear positive news in the upcoming days. Now, to showcase how Ottawa got dominated, in the first period, Ottawa got outshot 13-8, but they really did play well. But look at the second and third period stats. 15-7 they got outshot, and 13-12. The third period, Ottawa, the latter half of the period, started putting on some offensive pressure. However, the Capitals had full control, and those shots were in spurts and not sustained pressure. Now, the face-off battle, Ottawa actually did really well. In the first period, Colin White and Chris Turney went 9 for 1 in draws. That helped the Senators' stats here, kind of tailored off after that, but Ottawa won the battle 34-27. Ottawa's power play went 0 for 1, and in a rare game, Ottawa did not take a penalty. The Caps did not have a power play, so there's no stat for them. Ottawa got out hit for a very rare time, too, tonight, 24-19 in favor of the Washington Capitals. The third star of the game from the Capitals is the winning goaltender, 12-2-1 on the record for him this year. 26 saves on 27 shots, 963 save percentage. Ilya Samsonov. Second star, TJ Oshie, 2 goals. And the first star, Alex Ovechkin. I believe he is close. Oh, we just got breaking news on Nick Paul. I'll talk about that in a sec. Unfortunate news. He's close to passing Timo Solani, for 11th all-time NHL goal scoring. Breaking news from Bruce Garriock. Nick Paul out 2 weeks at least with ankle or leg injury, at least. So he will be at least minimum 2 weeks out. That gives him to, I'd say roughly, I think after the All-Star break he would return, because there will be a couple games before the All-Star break. They'll probably give him the extra week off, so I expect him to be out 2 to 4 weeks. Just looking at that, and that's unfortunate news, but, it could have been much, much worse. So at least he'll have time to recover, especially with the All-Star break coming up. Now, let's get to the Sens Stock Star of the Night, voted by you, the fans. So in a game where the Senators did not exactly have that much of a good game, they had a really good first period, and I unfortunately left out Dylan DeMello. He had a really good game, and probably the lone player throughout the 60 minutes of ice time that actually had a solid game through in and throughout. So for the Sens Stock Star of the Night, voted by you, the fans, brought to you by SeatGeek.com, it is as follows. In third place, tied for 0% of the vote. Not a lot of votes here. A lot of people are just replying saying nobody, and then there's simply, he said, simply boys versus men, as Tom Sparling said that, so understandable. Some people are upset with the game. Ottawa is 0-4-1 in the last 5. So second place, 43% of the vote, Rudolph Balcers had that assist on the lone goal for Ottawa today's game. A nice steal from the Capitals, turnover from him. The first star, 57% of the vote, Artem Anisimov wins this one. He had a beautiful shot there. This guy traded for Zach Smith in the offseason. I liked the move then. I like the move now. He's a good center. He has some offensive instinct, and he's a hell of a shot. So I like this guy. I don't want him here in the long term because we have Norris, Brown, etc. coming up. But in the short term, as a stopgap, I like the guy. He's putting up some nice offensive stats. And who knows, maybe he will even be able to get us something in a trade in the future, if that ever comes to fruition. Now, Ottawa lost this game 6-1, but the next game is the Tank Bowl. Huge game coming up against the Detroit Red Wings, the last team in the National Hockey League. In fact, let's check on that game score right now. They're playing the Montreal Canadiens. And this is big because... Oh, I lost it, whatever. Because I believe they're tied 3-3. I think Zadina just scored, that's why. Because it'd be nice to see them finally get some points so they can close the gap with Ottawa. So I'll see you in a few days when Ottawa takes on the Red Wings at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on January 10th. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support. So please follow us on Twitter at @SensTalk_ for live updates of the games and of course breaking news. As well, please check out our sponsor SeatGeek.com or download the app in the App Store and use our promo code SensTalk. You will save $20 off your first purchase. As well, please check out our sponsor SeatGeek.com, download the app in the App Store or use the promo code SensTalk and you'll save $20 off your first purchase. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support. Go Sens, go.